That's
and
correct.
it's wrong, Scott Jennings.
What do you
it's
mean?
Wrong.
What's wrong?
It's wrong to characterize it in that way.
DC is a violent place where people don't feel safe?
There are many violent places.
Okay, so
DC
Democrat Nina Turner, political strategist Tara Setmeyer went up against MAGA tool Scott Jennings on Abby Phillip's CNN show to talk about Donald Trump's authoritarian crackdown in Washington, D.C. This debate got very heated. We're going to take a look at these clips from CNN with Nina Turner, Tara Setmeyer doing battle with Scott Jennings. I'm going to share my thoughts on this as well. Let's get into it together.
Starting at age 14, he said if D.C. doesn't get his act together and quickly, we'll have no choice but to take federal control of the city and run this city how it should be run and put criminals on notice that they're not going to get away with it anymore. If this continues, I'm going to exert my powers and federalize the city and just to put up with what's happened with crime in Washington, D.C., assault with dangerous weapons, robbery, violent crime, property crime. All down.
But let's be clear. The Washington City Council had a bill to reduce sentences for crimes across the board. And it was so bad that Democrats in Congress joined with Republicans to stop it. The Washington City Council is, in fact, a cesspool of far-left radicalism.
Oh my
that is
God.
the truth.
First of all, this president has his hand full. He needs to just go and stay on the federal level. Now, I didn't know, Scott, that my Republican colleagues now all of a sudden believe in bigger government. If that's what they believe in, that government should come in and take over, let's go ahead and start with Medicare for all. 68,000 Americans die every single year. Millions are underinsured. If this how y'all rolling, if this how y'all rolling, let's roll. Let's do
Is there
this.
agreement there?
Let's do this, Scott.
I'm just going to tell you right now, the plight
Let's do it.
of American hero Big Balls has set off a firestorm in the Republican Party. This kid who worked for the Doge guys, didn't shut down any diners that I know of, but he's out of the government now. He goes out on the street.
Just infiltrated all of our information.
He protects a woman from being attacked by a roving street gang, and he had the crap kicked out of him. And, we had a congressional intern murdered not too long ago. I'm just telling you, Republicans right now have about had it with the violence and the idea that you can't even walk around D.C. right now without getting attacked by street gangs.
Don't we have laws on the books already?
400 carjackings.
They're not being enforced.
I served on local government. There is no elected official worth their salt on any level of government that is okay.
That's correct.
With innocents being attacked.
That's
and
correct.
it's wrong, Scott Jennings.
What do you
it's
mean?
Wrong.
What's wrong?
It's wrong to characterize it in that way.
D.C. is a violent place where people don't feel safe.
There are many violent places.
Okay, so DC
crime is down.
Okay, so again, Donald Trump is demagoguing the issue. Is there violent crime in D.C.? Yep, just like everywhere.
Did the city council there try to reduce sentencing?
Yes, they did, and that was a problem, and that they changed that, and crime is down. Violent crime is down in D.C. in all the.
So this is what happens with all of these MAGA types like Scott Jennings on TV. They are there to spread information. They are there to be disingenuous. As Nina Turner and Tara Setmeyer are saying to Scott Jennings here, crime is down. Crime nationwide is down, but crime in particular in Washington, D.C. is down. 2024, so that was before Donald Trump was in office, violent crime in Washington, D.C. was at a 30-year low. But what does Scott Jennings do? He does the song and dance pretending like Washington, D.C. is just this horrible, violent hellscape where you can't walk outside without being attacked. Like Nina Turner and Tara Setmeyer say here, is there crime in Washington, D.C.? Yeah, there's crime in a lot of cities, but it's down nationwide. It's amazing to me with MAGA that it doesn't matter if they're in office or somebody else is in office. In their narrative, crime is always bad. But of course, these are authoritarians, and Scott Jennings and other MAGA types, this other guy, Brad, on Abby Phillip's show, they love that Donald Trump is an authoritarian. They finally got their guy in there who is going to use federal troops against American people. And I love what Nina Turner says to Scott Jennings here. Oh, now all of a sudden Republicans love big government. We've never seen anybody that loves big government more than Donald Trump. I don't want to hear it ever again from MAGA and Republicans about Democrats loving big government when Donald Trump is trying to be involved in everything in our country, trying to butt into everything in our country. every aspect of our lives.
All those categories, by between 20 and 30%. As a matter of fact, DC's violent crime, homicides is down one of the lowest rates in major cities across the country. So Donald Trump is taking.
You're saying you feel safe?
Donald Trump, yes, actually, I do feel safe in DC. I'm sorry that you don't, but the problems in DC are Donald Trump is cherry picking. And so he's using this so that he can try to assert his imperialistic, wannabe fantasy of taking over D.C., which he's done before, because he wants to if there's protests, he wants to bring in the National Guard, he wants to take over, and that's a problem. Now, he can't do that. He can't just with the stroke of a pen do that. There's something called home rule that's been in place since 1973, and that came out of the civil rights movement so that D.C., which was a majority black city, could have control over their local issues. Now, Donald Trump wants to go to Congress, and which he would have to do in order to take over D.C. Well, then let them go ahead and have that argument, and then they can talk about D.C. statehood.
By the way, y'all skirted the issue. Nina asked something. She asked a very direct question. The question was, when something is so bad, are you guys in favor of federalizing it? Are you guys in favor of big government swooping in and taking it over? And if the conversation in D.C. is so bad that you're in favor of that, then I would ask, are you in favor of that when it comes to poverty? Are you in favor of that when it comes to health care?
We have federalized all these things.
You have not. Like what I'm saying is, for you guys who are the small government advocates, are you okay with Donald Trump coming in?
DC is a jurisdiction of the federal government. It is a subdivision of the federal government. It's not a state. No, it does not have home rule.
So you don't think D.C. should have home rule?
No.
So then what's the 1973 act that gave D.C. home rule? No, I'm just curious.
D.C. is subject to Congress's jurisdiction. It's a federal district.
Let me ask you this. Outside of D.C., any other place that has an issue with violent crime?
Are there any other federal districts?
Right.
So I love how you have Tara Setmeyer spitting facts. She is living in the real world, presenting what's actually happening in Washington, D.C. And you have Scott Jennings on the other side of the desk, rolling his eyes, sighing, looking directly at the camera, smirking. Again, it's a shame that this is this guy's role on CNN, that CNN has stooped to having this creep have such a prominent role on their show. But this is what MAGA does when presented with facts. They throw out feelings. This is the F your feelings crowd. Feelings don't care about your facts. And they are nothing. MAGA, Scott Jennings, these other MAGA types are all about feelings and vibes. It's whatever they think. Tara Setmeyer talks about 30-year low in crime in Washington, D.C. And Scott Jennings just rolls his eyes and sighs. It's all propaganda. And we know what this is all about. Donald Trump is a wannabe dictator. We're just about there, essentially. He just met with his buddy Putin, or his boss Putin. Donald Trump wants to be like him. He wants to be like Kim Jong-un. He wants to be like these other dictators around the world, and he hates our allies, Canada, Europe. It's just incredible. So again, I don't want to hear from MAGA ever again about being the small government people. Like they're saying on the show here, hey, okay, all of a sudden you're in favor of big government. Are you willing to use big government to help poverty, to eliminate the healthcare issues that we have where people go bankrupt, even with insurance in the United States? No, because all they want to do is punish Donald Trump, MAGA types like Scott Jennings. They just want to punish people. They don't want to help anyone because they are authoritarians. Let me know what you think about all this. Who came out on top in the debate here? Was it MAGA Scott Jennings, or was it Tara Setmeyer and Nina Turner on Abby Phillip's show? Let me know in the comments what you think. Make sure to give me a like and subscribe. I am Chris on Culture, and I will see you in the next video.